Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, tamu sana, tamu sana. Some few hours ago, the Supreme Court of Kenya declared BBI unconstitutional. But that's an analysis we shall do in details sometimes later. In this video, I want us to have a look at a short clip of Raila Amolo Odinga leading ODM party in crowning Gladys Wanga as their gubernatorial candidate for Homa Bay. For that's going to form the basis of our analysis and the discussion right now. Have a look at this.
They have been having a meeting here, and they of course invited us as a party official to have consultations with them. They have had a very extensive consultations, at the end of which an agreement has been reached by way of consensus that out of the 7 contestants who were here, they all agreed to step down and back Mheshimiwa Gladys Wanga as the party candidate in Homa Bay County gubernatorial race. In the same spirit, they've also nominated a running mate as Honorable Yugi Magwanga as the running mate. The party, of course, has taken note and has agreed and issued a certificate to Honorable Gladys Wanga as the ODM party candidate in the gubernatorial race for Homa Bay County. Okay. So this is, of course, a voluntary exercise. You know, our rules provide for consensus building, then or nomination by delegates, thirdly nomination by members, or direct nomination by the party. This is not direct nomination. This has come about as a result of a consensus which has been reached by members of the Homa Bay County. Okay? So now the Homa Bay members now have the responsibility to go and campaign, okay, to ensure that the seat remains in ODM. That's all.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, that's an event that occurred just some few hours ago. Yes. So in this video, I want us to analyze, to dissect that, to see exactly what it means politically. That's what I want us to find out in this video. In case you've bumped here for the very first time, kindly subscribe, give this video a like. Thank you, God bless you, God bless Kenya. Even before we dig deep into our analysis, let me state it clearly here that Gladys Wanga is most likely the next governor of Homa Bay County in the next 4 months. Gladys Wanga has got the highest chance of actually becoming Homa Bay's second governor. So let's dig deep to see exactly how Gladys Wanga managed to beat the likes of Magwanga and also even Skedero, because those were the topmost aspirants for that seat. And in the last election of 2017, Magwanga actually gave the incumbent governor a run for his money. In fact, the incumbent governor contested through ODM party in 2017, but still the gap between Awiti and Magwanga was it was almost a neck to neck. Awiti had about 210,000 votes. Magwanga had about 190,000 votes. So you can see it was somehow a neck-to-neck kind of a race. But as I talk right now, Magwanga is deputizing Gladys Wanga. Magwanga has been convinced to actually deputize Gladys Wanga. And if you go through ODM party, they have got some ways of identifying their candidates. One way is through party primaries, which is allowed by law. Another one is through direct ticket. And then another one is also through consensus. So in this case, Raila Odinga is putting things clear that they've actually reached that through consensus. That's exactly what is actually happening here. So how did Wanga manage to actually win that ticket? How did Wanga manage to win that ticket? Because an ODM's ticket in Luo-Nyanza is like now, you have one leg already as a governor. Yes. How did Wanga manage to win that ODM ticket? I strongly believe that if you look at all the aspirants, and even the recent opinion polls have actually been showing Gladys Wanga clearly in the lead. Yes. The recent opinion polls have been showing that clearly. Wanga has been on the lead, followed by Evans Kidero, and then the third candidate closely following Kidero was Magwanga. And likely if you look at what has built Gladys Wanga in Homa Bay, is her fearless kind of a nature, loyalty and bravery. And I still remember, ladies and gentlemen, at a time Raila supporters were on the street demonstrating, Gladys Wanga was a constant figure. And that might have endeared Gladys Wanga to the good supporters, or rather to a majority of Raila supporters. They felt that Gladys Wanga was actually helping them in advancing their cause. Because after 2017 elections, a good majority of Raila supporters felt that their victory had been stolen from them. So the only way they could actually air their grievances was through demonstrations, mandamando. And Gladys Wanga was a constant figure during those times, or rather during those bad times. And that might have actually endeared Gladys Wanga to Raila supporters, or rather to ODM supporters in Homa Bay. At that time, if you look at Evans Kidero, Evans Kidero was a no-show, despite the fact that actually he had served as a Nairobi governor. When Raila supporters were demonstrating in the city, Evans Kidero was a no-show. So he was being seen as a sellout. And likely the time Kidero served as Nairobi governor, Kidero was being seen as if he was being used by Jubilee Party at that time to actually fight Raila politically. So a good majority of Raila supporters, even though they had no chance, because Evans Kidero was actually the one who was fronted as ODM candidate in Nairobi, they just voted for Kidero because they had no chance. But if they had another chance, I'm very much convinced that a good majority of ODM supporters in Nairobi, in Kidero's second term when he was defending his seat, a good majority of ODM supporters would have actually not voted for Evans Kidero. They were seeing Kidero as a sellout. And then one thing that also built Gladys Wanga, I still remember when Raila Molo Odinga was returning from the US, from the United States of America. And then the government had declared that now Raila was not to be received or to be welcomed by anybody. And I can still figure out a video where Gladys Wanga, out of her bravery, loyalty, actually even challenged the police officers who were blocking her and some other leaders from going to the airport to receive Raila Molo Odinga. I can figure that video of Gladys Wanga actually even challenging those police officers to shoot her. Shoot me, shoot me. Those are very simple things, ladies and gentlemen, that endear some of these leaders to the masses. Such kind of simple acts actually endear leaders to the masses. Gladys Wanga, in my considered opinion, has earned that trust of ODM supporters because of her loyalty and her bravery. That has actually earned Gladys Wanga that kind of a mileage or popularity she's currently enjoying in Homa Bay. Because even if we leave alone that, even if an election was to be done in Homa Bay, even without ODM, if all these aspirants were actually to go for ODM party primaries, even without Raila endorsing Gladys Wanga, it's almost certain that Gladys Wanga would actually beat Evans Kidero and also Magwanga in ODM primaries. And that is because the ODM supporters in Homa Bay already had a trust in Gladys Wanga. And some few months ago, I did that kind of analysis here, and some of our fans here were very angry with me. And sometimes back, I did state clearly that Gladys Wanga was easily going to win Homa Bay gubernatorial seat. But some of our fans here actually misunderstood me, and they really castigated me. So I think this incident of today has actually vindicated me. It has shown that clearly what I said some few months ago is what has actually happened. And I'm also saying it clearly today that in the remaining about 3 or 4 months coming, Gladys Wanga is easily going to win Homa Bay gubernatorial seat with a very big margin. You know, some people have been flipping the gender card. Gladys Wanga is a woman. But the question now begs, all these men, at times of war, when real men were needed, they were nowhere. It's the likes of Gladys Wanga who are there. So Gladys Wanga has actually shown and proved that even though in terms of gender she's a woman, she has the spirit of a man. In terms of war, we need leaders who are brave and loyal. Gladys Wanga has actually shown that to a good majority of ODM supporters and Raila Amolo Odinga supporters. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing, ladies and gentlemen. So as I conclude, let me remind any other person who is a fan of us here, but so far you have not yet subscribed. Kindly subscribe, give this video a like. And to any other person watching us outside Kenya for the very first time, drop a comment. Let us know from which part of the globe you are also watching us from. Otherwise, God bless you. God bless Kenya. Stay tuned for our analysis on the Supreme Court ruling on BBI. God bless you. God bless Kenya.